Consult Asia delivers cutting-edge training to empower people to achieve their maximum potential. Engaged in developing and delivering customised learning and development programmes specialising in leadership, business, sales and life coaching. True to its name, Consult Asia works with partners worldwide in Asia, North America, Europe, the United Kingdom and Australia, all from diverse industries: hospitality, tourism, banking, real estate, retail, direct sales, legal, manufacturing, and oil and gas. Consult Asia closely works with partners in their people development and business enhancement programs to achieve their business goals. And the Consult Asia Global team is just as world-class. Consultants and facilitators, coaches and mentors are industry experts from distinct backgrounds and cultures. Consult Asia delivers only high-quality training solutions and proactively pursues strategic alliances with global firms and consultants to stay ahead in the industry. Consult Asia Global, the world's preferred training group. Consult Asia delivers cutting-edge training to empower people to achieve their maximum potential. Engaged in developing and delivering customised learning and development programs specialising in leadership, business, sales and life coaching. True to its name, Consult Asia works with partners worldwide in Asia, North America, Europe, the United Kingdom and Australia, all from diverse industries: hospitality, tourism, banking, real estate, retail, direct sales, legal, manufacturing, and oil and gas. Consult Asia closely works with partners in their people development and business enhancement programs to achieve their business goals. And the Consult Asia Global team is just as world-class. Consultants and facilitators, coaches and mentors are industry experts from distinct backgrounds and cultures. Consult Asia delivers only high-quality training solutions and proactively pursues strategic alliances with global firms and consultants to stay ahead in the industry. Consult Asia Global, the world's preferred training group.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Consult Asia Global's brand new How to Project Your Best Self Virtually webinar. My name is Tinette Cortez, and we'd like to welcome everybody to this very exciting episode on image enhancement while you do your webinars or your video calls or virtual meetings. So at this point, I'd like to introduce my co-host for this afternoon, Miss Carmine Ortega. Carmine, how are you today? Hi, Carmine.
Tinette. Hi, good afternoon, Tinette.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you? You're looking great.
Thank you. It's a nice Saturday. It's a little cooler today, so
Definitely.
it's good. Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited for today's episode. You know why?
Why?
Because everybody's actually getting into webinars these days. Everybody's trying to do some sort of like an e-learning program, trying to do virtual meetings with their teams. And as I posted on my Facebook yesterday, I was like, wait a minute, a lot of these professionals are giving us great content, but I think there's a lot of work to do in terms of improving the image, you know, the kind of the positive impact that they're trying to make on their audience. So
I agree with you.
You know, so and you know that because we both try to work on our programs together, and it's not easy. It's very
Yes.
difficult, you know, compared to doing it.
And it's a reality even in, face-to-face seminars and workshops. So I guess the same challenges carry over to the virtual setting.
Yeah, exactly. So this afternoon, I'm very excited to introduce our guests, our speakers for our presenters. And I'd like to start off with introducing both of them. We have two of my very good friends. One of them is Miss Cindy Arguelles. Lichauka. Cindy, are you there? Hi. Okay.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Yeah, so just to give you a little background on Cindy, Cindy used to be a curriculum director of John Robert Powers, and she was also with Elite Manila, you know, doing coaching for models. And just like myself, she was a hotelier, and she also worked in the airline before. And she's going to share with us more about herself later on, okay? And of course, another very good friend of mine, Miss Lynn Baldwin. Lynn, please say hello. Where are you? All right, there you are. And Lynn is also my very good friend. I think you're on mute, Lynn. We can't hear you. Okay. So just like Cindy and myself, she was also a hotelier. You know, we both worked in the hotel. She was a flight attendant for Philippine Airlines and Qatar Airways. And she is a certified fitness trainer, personal trainer by a very prestigious US company. So she's going to share with us a little bit about herself later on. So ladies, please say hello to everybody. Everybody's very excited to listen to you and learn from you.
Hi, equally as excited. Good afternoon.
Okay. All right. So Carmine, would you like to, you know, introduce Cindy's exciting topic this afternoon? We can't hear you, Carmine.
Part of the challenge doing this, right? Okay, I was saying, so Cindy, we have this main question, and it goes, how do we actually help ourselves in terms of image and having a more positive, a stronger positive impact, you know, when we're online, even if it's interviews or, you know, just a regular meeting or something more special like a webinar like this? What are some basic tips and rules?
So actually, I prepared a really short PowerPoint presentation. First of all, I would like to say hello, good afternoon to everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And so as I said, I prepared a PowerPoint presentation that I can explain why imaging is so important, being face-to-face, what more on screen. Can I switch to my PowerPoint really quick?
Yes, please. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I would love to learn from you. And I have some questions too. I already have them.
Please butt in and just let me know what you need to ask.
Right. And while Cindy's setting up, I'd like to remind everyone that you can leave a comment. If you have a question that you would like for Cindy or Lynn to answer, just keep on leaving a comment in our live session. And please feel free to share our show on your own walls.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Back to you.
Back to me. All right. So basically, I'm going to talk about very briefly is the power of appearance. Okay. Basically, we are not here to change anybody. We just want you to look good on person as well as on screen. All right. So what I want to tell you is it takes 7 to 11 seconds for a person to judge you. So can you imagine face to face, you're being judged? So what more behind the screen? Okay. So I really
Right.
want you to know that you have to look your best, whether you are at home, whether we are ongoing through a pandemic, you have to look your best because we need to have long and lasting impressions. Right, girls?
Right, right. And is it, why do people judge in the first place? Is it something they can't help or we can't help?
Actually, the term judge can be a bit harsh. So let's say assess. It's basically the moment that someone walks in or I see you on camera, you can
Mhm.
already assess a person from
Okay.
the hair, from what they're wearing, and sadly now virtually, even your background, even how you're moving your hands, even how you're
Right.
looking at the person. So it's very important that you want to make a lasting impression, especially if you're doing job interviews, because I'm sure a lot of job interviews will be done via online. So you cannot be in the bed scene. You cannot be doing your laundry. Your husband is not walking back and forth. So basically, imaging now virtually is the total packaging, meaning background, light. It's not only yourself anymore. So that's what I would like to stress on in this short session that we have.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So just to very briefly, the first impression is 55% of that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically how you look. We don't even have to open our mouths. All of you, I guess all of you can see us. We don't even have to open our mouths before we are judged. And then after that, after the conversation progresses, 38% is your audio, meaning either you speak English, Tagalog, another dialect, your eye contact comes in here, that's another judgment or another assessment. And then lastly is your person's worth, meaning where did you graduate, what school, where do you live, what's your province. But totally, if you look at the whole package, it's really visually. So meaning in person or even virtually. So that's basically what we're going to talk about today. Any questions so far?
All right. Good. Good. I love this. I love this. I think this is the three V's of communication, and easily, how we look, how our appearance, all of that is part
Actually,
of
the
our communication.
And this is exactly what I was saying earlier, Carmine, that even if you have great content and when you're doing a webinar, it's really how you project yourself. I mean, not so much of the content. I mean, the content is really good, but if the context is not good, then you don't really create a very positive impact on your audience, right? So, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So just to continue, the number one thing is dress for success. I won't even go through my slides as much. I'll just show you a few.
Mhm.
So remember, even if we are at home, even if we are half dressed, that is fine. Remember, just wear a good top, a strong top, something bold. Try to stay away from black. Try to stay away from big prints, like big floral prints. It's so disturbing. So keep it simple, keep it classy, keep it clean. So that is first impressions for Dress for Success virtually. So here's a perfect example. It's so clean. And then basically the person that you're going to be
Right.
talking to is looking at you, not what is she wearing? Is that, you don't want to drive the eyes there. Of course, it's your face and what you're talking about and your message. So keep it simple. Okay. And then next, I guess for the ladies, okay, the best thing to do is even if I'm a live speaker, I always tie my hair. I think Tinette knows this. I think I always see her with my hair tied. The reason why is we have a habit of sometimes doing this, the ladies, fixing your hair. So that's also another cause of distraction. So when you're doing your video calls, business calls, especially business calls, as much as possible, ponytail or half ponytail. Very simple. And of course, ladies, show your face. This is why we are here. Because if you put everything down, wala na yung face.
So
So
that
you
means
always
that you
want
can
to-
all now tie our hair. Carmine and Lynn can tie our hair now.
I think that you're always beautiful. Oh, but ladies, if ever you have hair down, all you have to do is just throw it back over your shoulders. Just as long as it doesn't fall and you're just doing this. Right? And then next, this is another kind of pet peeve of mine, is that makeup. Ladies, I know a lot of us don't like wearing makeup, especially in seminars when we're teaching. Iba to, ladies, because we are on camera. So your day makeup has to be a notch higher. Okay, stay away from your highlights because you will look shy. That's what I had to do today. I had to remove some of the shine. Okay, and then darken your eyes, your eyebrows. Remember, key light is life. And next, cheek color.
Funny, Cindy, while you're speaking, we're all like, okay.
Yeah, we're all
Look at
checking
your
ourselves
On
out.
our own,
Ladies, cheek color and contour. Diba? All of us want to look kind of slim. Because believe it or not, we do really gain 10 pounds on TV and of course on webcam. Next, I know a lot of ladies hate wearing red lipstick. Diba? They're scared of wearing red lipstick, except this Tinep. Except you. But seriously, a lot of people are so scared of wearing red. But if you are a speaker and you are handling a conversation, you must wear red because the focal point of the person that's looking at you would be your lips, and next would be your eyes. So always use red. Okay. Next for the gentlemen, because I don't want the gentlemen to be left out.
Yes, we have gentlemen watching.
I know, and especially now during the pandemic, there are no barbers open or salons. Gentlemen, please go to any shopping online place. They're all the clippers are all there. It's affordable.
Right.
It's affordable. Please do that. I mean, it's not an excuse not to look good at home. Okay,
I
guess
agree.
sometimes that's the mentality now, is that we're all in quarantine. We can't go out. We're basically in our sweats or basically in our pajamas the whole day. But guys, remember, grooming still counts. Okay, grooming still counts. So try to make an effort to do it on your own. All right, and then I guess really fast is a genuine smile. Okay, everybody that's in the webcam or when you're talking to someone, you always want to have someone with a genuine smile. Okay, so everyone just smile with me. Everyone smile with me. Okay, how do you know that you have a genuine smile? It's because one thing, your face lights up. Okay, it really does light up. And you do not want to have that constipated look. Right? Some people have that constipated
Awkward, uncomfortable look.
It's very uncomfortable, and it makes you look. What does it look like? You're not confident. You're not interested.
You're
So
in pain.
remember, yeah. So remember, you smile. Your whole face smiles. Your eyes light up. You have little crinkles in your eyes. You squint. That is called the genuine smile. And of course, George Clooney. Yeah, he always has that genuine smile. All right.
Yes.
And then anything else? Please ask me anything while I'm going through.
I have a question right now. Like, so we women can wear makeup, right? But the gentlemen can do something about their skin tone. Is it okay to, what's the least that they can do? Can they just blot their skin, with the paper, or can they use powder?
All right. Basically, they have to do a test run first. So basically, before you do a video call, see yourself. You can see naman yourself prior to the call. If you notice that the guys medyo oily, you can use tissue if you don't have the blotter, because not all guys do have it.
Yes,
if you have regular table napkin on toilet paper, just fold it and then blot yourself. But if you're always on video cam, it's might as well best to invest in face powder. There's natural colors, so it doesn't look like you're full of makeup, or the oil blotter. Because nobody wants to look or talk to someone, parang medyo oily siya. Because it is also distracting, remember that.
Yes.
Because you can I can actually see myself in his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I learned somewhere that when your face is shiny, you look less prepared for the task at hand, right? So if you fix that, then you look more ready.
Yes, basically if you look distressed, diba, you're a bit oily, you're sweating, it shows you that you are nervous. So as much as possible, blot so you look more confident.
Right.
And then next would be, maybe just to do it really fast, would be your voice. Okay, me as a speaker, I am so used to speaking without a mic or with a mic. So the projection of your voice on cam on video is so much different. I'm still working on that because I'm so used to like how many people, auditoriums. Sometimes I'm actually teaching without a mic, so my voice is thrown everywhere. So now I'm trying to relax myself. So maybe can I just do this quick exercise for everyone?
Sure.
Especially if you're nervous, and especially if you feel that your voice is a bit getting high, because it shows that either you're hesitant, you're less powerful, you're nervous. So what we're going to do is, everyone, you can close your eyes too. What you're going to do is your lips are going to be together. Close your mouth, lips together, and then just say,
I'm trying it.
in doing so, actually, don't you feel more relaxed? Even your pace, it relaxes. Parang yoga, I feel it is. So even before this, when I feel that I'm talking a bit too fast or a bit too excited, I use this technique to bring down my voice, at the same time slow my pace. Okay. Do I still have time, or
Yes.
I still have time? Okay.
Because like sometimes people have the tendency to talk too fast, especially on video, on camera. So what would be your tip for those who have this tendency to talk really fast?
Actually, it's a bit hard to address that, because when you talk fast, it's not really the person doing it, it's more of the nervous tick. More or less, and when everyone presents, it's usually fast in the beginning, because you're still getting the hang of the audience, who you're seeing, are they reacting to me? Parang I want to feed from your energy. And then once I feed from the energy, or I see nods or smiles from you, that's when I can get more relaxed and my pace will get slow. So believe me, everyone, it's normal to talk fast, but you'll catch yourself when you feel at ease.
Right. Okay. All right. Are you about to get into sitting positions?
Yes.
Before we do that, let me just read out a few hellos or comments from viewers. So Evangeline Arsenas, looking great, Prima. I suppose she's your cousin.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
My cousin.
Oh, Tinette's cousin. Okay. Good job. Yeah, she's saying hello. And then from the question actually about men wearing powder is from LV Tolentino. So thank you for that question.
Well, thank you.
Also, we'd like to acknowledge BJ Brillante, Gretel Tan, Jasmine Samson, Lou Ann from Quezon City, and also a few more people: Arriba Matienzo, Rachel Santos, Camille Baksal, Cristobal, Stavros Tiliax, also from Consultation in Europe, and Emma Louise Dudley.
Hi to everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's continue.
All right, so let me continue with sitting positions. This is what I always see, because what's the trend now? You see on Facebook, everybody is posting their Zoom dialogues. You notice that sometimes they're off cam, sometimes they're in bed. So what I want to teach everyone is you need to have proper posture also in Zoom meetings. All right, so what we're going to do this, let's do it all together. I guess everybody is sitting down. I guess nobody is lying down on the floor. Okay, so everyone sit down properly. What we're going to do is face your camera. Okay, face your laptop. And what we're going to do is, remember, always align your ears to your shoulders. All right, we're never going to do this when talking to someone. Okay, so what you're going to do is always align your ears to your shoulders. And when you move, you can move, you're not like, oh yeah, really? Okay, so you always want to move gracefully, okay? You have to move like this. Because why? If you move too much, it causes distraction. Remember, square your shoulders, always shoulders squared. And open your chest. Okay, some people do this in Zooms. Okay, they slouch, they hunch. So what you have to do is open your chest. The way that you're going to open your chest, right? All of us have shoulder blades behind. What you want to do is kind of squeeze them together. Okay, squeeze them together until you feel that you have a cleavage behind your back. Do you feel the cleavage, everyone? You can feel it, right? So it's not only cleavage in the front, girls, it's also cleavage in the back. Okay, and then once you have that, remember always when you sit down, you're midway. Never sit backwards talking to somebody. One, the light is gone. So what you always have to do is sit upright. Sit in at least a midway or even towards the edge of the chair. So you have the perfect posture. Oh, I can see everyone doing this now. That's great. I love it. I love it. And then remember, Put 2 feet on the floor. Both of your feet should be on the floor. Okay, but me, since I have a tendency of always crossing my legs, once you have the balance, you'll get it. But then for now, for those who are new at Zoom, always for proper balance and posture, both legs on the floor. Is everyone doing it? Yeah?
I am.
I hope everyone else who is watching is doing it
Yes, you
too.
are.
All right, next. Do I still have time? Yes?
Yes, of course.
All right. So next is eye contact. Who here, virtually, I can just imagine, who here has a hard time talking to someone in person, and maintaining eye contact? A lot. A lot of people are going to say, Ma'am, nakakahiya to stare it. Yes, it is true. Or you feel inferior that you cannot look at someone straight in the eye. But can you imagine, in person, it's eye contact. So can you imagine virtually? And I think this is the new norm. We're talking to a little dot, actually. Please, when you're maintaining eye contact virtually, do not look at the people. So I'm not looking at Carmen, Lynn, so-and-so, so-and-so. No, I'm not looking at them. I kind of glance though, but I make sure in my mind, I have to look at that tiny dot. So I have this personal connection with you, and you as a participant can feel me. Because if you can't feel me and I see you looking down, reading your notes or your long glance at your presentation, you're gonna lose me. And I will not be interesting, and you'll just probably mute me and shut me off. Okay, so remember, it's so important to maintain eye contact even through video calls. Okay, a good tip for maintaining eye contact. You remember we have the Zoom windows. Everyone sees the Zoom windows. Just put a person right under the dot, and then you can look at her or at him, and it seems that you are having an eye-to-eye contact with him. Okay, so that's a tip. Can everyone do that? Can everyone just move their screen? I mean, the square. Someone is right under, like me, it's Miss Lynn. So I've been looking at Miss Lynn this whole time. so that's how it really looks like I'm looking at you. But basically, I feel also is that people are actually listening to me. Okay, so remember, maintain eye contact. Oh, always, this is another important thing. Adjust your laptop. Please use books, boxes. Okay, because lap tables are not this high. Okay, so at least you're maintaining the eye contact. You're not doing this, you're not doing this. It's actually eye level or slightly above you. So you need to use props. Okay, if I can actually show you what my setup looks like now, oh my gosh. It's like all the boxes in the world. So remember, nobody can see it. What is important is here, not what's behind the laptop. Right, any questions? So there, basically, yeah, that's basically what I look like now a bit.
To type in the questions on because we're on FB Live at the moment. So guys, please feel free to type in your questions for Cindy so that she can answer them for you.
Yes, please. All right, so there. Next, I'll be talking about framing really, really fast. Okay, there's basically 2 types of framing. There's the close-up and the medium close-up. Please use the medium close-up. The reason why, it's not because you don't want to have everyone look at your face. It's not because of that. It is because they can see your movement. But because you're not like a passport picture and then you're just talking, it's not visually fun to look at the same time, not really, the appearance is not that great. So what you're going to do is actually just show your shoulders. Like everyone here, everyone's showing their shoulders. So you can see the movement. Okay. Oops. Oh, background. Okay, I have one thing about the background. A lot of people feel that they are still at home when they're conducting meetings. Remember, you have to make an extra effort to clean the background. Choose an area. I'm sure all of us, especially now we're quarantined, ang gulo yung mga houses natin. I'm sure. It's fine, it's normal. But I'm sure there's one little corner in your house that is, you can clear it, you can prop it, you can move stuff around just for that video call. Why? It shows that you give respect to the person that you are talking to. It shows you made an effort. It doesn't show that you just came out of bed and just brought your laptop there and put it on your lap and talk to the person. No, it's because now respect is gained by doing an extra effort online, which is background. So, si Jimistet may mga flowers. I mean, it's beautiful to look at, okay? Would you want to see someone yung sa likod nila ref, or washing machine, or sampayan, or dumadaan yung husband? I mean, before we do a video call, I honestly sent my dogs away. They are with my mom and dad. Hi, mom and dad, I know you're watching. They are with them now. It's because they're medyo distracting. They might bark and I lose track. So please, when you know that you're going to have a video call, clear the background, clear the ambiance noise. And next, I would like to share with you a little story that I had recently, and it became my pet peeve. The background was a headboard. Okay, so basically that person was in bed. I saw half of the pillow. So she was basically leaning like this. And this was a job interview, kono, or meeting. So I found it very disrespectful for me. It felt like you're interviewing me. I dressed up for this part. I fixed my laptop. I fixed my light. So give me the respect. So that was the first impression I got from her because I felt that I kind of lost respect with that. Okay, so remember, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, do not do your Zoom meetings in bed. Please give the respect, move out, miski to the dining room. All right, anything else? Any questions? So there, this is an example of that background. So basically, you just want to be, everything wants to, you should be the focus, not what's behind you.
Right. I have a question, and it's a simple one. It's like, so should it be, good enough for Instagram? I guess that a good guideline, an
Yes.
Instagrammable background.
Yes. Actually, that's a good way of thinking. Remember, we like to look good in our Instagram pictures. That's why there's filters, there's Thinify, there's everything because you want to look good. So can you imagine if your Zoom doesn't really, like, here you are, the person that's looking at you sees your Facebook like this, your profile picture looks like this, your Instagram pictures look like this, then in video call, anyari? Is that her? Parang it shows a question mark. Also, this is how she really looks like pala. So remember, you always have to look your best. Background and yourself.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Okay, like this is a number one pet peeve also. Always mute your mics. Okay, if you are listening to someone, they're not talking to you, nobody has to hear your background, whatever's happening at home. So remember always to mute your mic, and don't forget to unmute your mic. At the same time, prior to your meetings, always tell the people in your house, guys, quiet lang for 1 hour. Please step outside because I am doing a meeting. Okay.
Right.
Questions? Well, I'm changing slides.
There are a couple of questions, but we'll ask them after you're done because
Okay, sure.
it's about hair.
About hair. I love about hair. Okay. So next would be lighting. Okay. Guys, it's so beautiful if to invest in artificial lights like ring lights, but the most beautiful light would always be a window and the sun. Okay, but like now we're at night, so you really have to invest some artificial lighting. It doesn't have to be a ring light. You can use normal lamps and then just place them all in front of you. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, you will look 100 times better, flawless yung mga skin ninyo if you have the proper lighting. Okay, so remember to not put the lighting behind you. Why? I think everyone knows this. It's backlight. Okay, if you put the lighting below you, remember what we used to do when we were kids? Flashlight. Diba? You look like Ghost and Mumo. So no, we're not going to do that. And especially do not put the light above you because it's going to cast shadows everywhere and it's so unflattering. So remember, light source would always be in front of you or front or a little bit to the side, and you can see your best angles and it will contour your face appropriately. Okay, so that is an example of the backlight. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up already. I hope I took most of the time, but I'm going to wrap up already. This is basically just the tip of this module. There are so many slides that I had to hide because I knew it was only a few minutes. And if you really do want to hear more, there's so much more. I have to give we have like more 60 slides. So can you imagine what information and what content you'll learn from that? So just to wrap up, so at least you can recall my session or my brief session, basically the etiquette of video call. Now we have etiquette of video call. Okay, it's dress for the meeting. Position your head and your shoulders for that shot, framing basically. Okay, lower your pitch. I think my pitch is getting high again, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with all of you. So that's why my pitch is a bit high. Okay, and then make sure your webcam is eye level. So at least we maintain that interpersonal connection, because even if you are at your homes, I feel that you are with me in my living room. All right, so add light. Remember, light is life. That's my new word now. Light is life. It really changes how you look on camera. Okay, declutter your background. Find a beautiful, if you do not have a nice area, just clean one wall. One wall, one bare wall, that is fine. Okay, remind your household, guys, I'm having a meeting, please be quiet, just give me an hour. Or you know what you can do, lock yourself in the room and then make like a tag for the doorknob, please do not disturb. Okay, and lastly, just relax, be yourself, and have that genuine smile. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Cindy. Okay, we actually have a question here from Lavi. That's my
Yes.
friend as well. How about eyeglasses? She needs to wear them while on cam. So, what is your comment on this, Cindy? If people
Okay.
have to wear eyeglasses,
You know, that was actually one of the slides I hid. That was actually one of the slides I hid because a lot of people do have eyeglasses. What you have to do is your light will have to be in front of you and then move it towards 10 a.m. Okay, so it's not going to be right in front of you. You will have to angle that light facing 10 a.m. And then you will see that the reflection will go away because it's so disturbing to have the light on your eyes. I hope I was able to answer that question.
Right. Thank you very much, Cindy. Any other questions from the audience?
There's one from Martin Navarro. And here's his question verbatim. If by choice I would like to grow my hair long and I'm able to keep it well groomed despite the length, I'm surmising based on what you shared regarding hair for males that it would not be a good thing.
Okay, if his hair is long, I mean, of course, there are some, it will have to actually also depend on this industry. Okay, if he's in the artistic industry, video, advertisement agency, that is fine. But maybe if you're talking to other clients, like big clients or small clients, maybe just tie it back.
Okay.
Just tie back your hair, put some gel mousse so it's just not on your face. A lot of people do the ponytails, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. I'm not saying that you need to have short hair. It really depends on the industry of work that you have. Okay, if you're in the corporate world, of course, no see long hair. But of course, if you're in the music industry of events, why not?
So how do you do
Just
that?
keep it clean.
Your hair right now. You have a ponytail, but then you have a nice little, you know, yeah.
Right.
How do you do that?
My secret is because I am really not gifted in height. So what you do is basically you just tease the front, because if you have a higher, well, not a higher head, but if you have height, it visually makes you look taller. Visually. Okay, so all this time, what all you have to do is just tease it, hairspray, clip it with bobby pins, and then just push it upwards and then pony it.
Okay.
Actually,
Alright.
Carmine, we're going to be learning a lot more from Cindy in the future because we're going to be offering here at Consult Asia Global the brand new series. So
Yes,
we're
that's
going
correct.
to hear a lot more of important tips and information from Cindy in the future. So
Thank
guys, if
you.
you have any questions, please feel free to send them to us.
We have a couple of comments from Dennis Rito. He's proud to say that he shared our stream to his friends, and also from Evangeline Arsenas, your
My
prima. She's saying thank you. This is very empowering.
Thank you so much.
I have my own question. Like,
Yes.
So this is my office, okay, specifically for webinars and online meetings. But it's not air conditioned. Okay, the AC is in a room far back, and Wi-Fi is weaker over there, and therefore I really choose this area for connectivity. But then sometimes it gets really hot, and I have to, really
To blot.
use tissue to blot my face. What's the nicest way to do that?
Too politely. Are you talking
Yes.
to the person one-on-one, or are we like a group like this?
Yes, a group like this, a webinar, for example. And similar to that, what if I need to take a sip of water?
Yeah, exactly.
What's a good way
Okay, the worst
to
thing
do
to
that
do
with
This is a
finesse?
glass. For example, this is a glass.
is my powder.
I think it shouldn't
So
be
the-
like this, right, Cindy? Is that right? It shouldn't be the camera. It should be like
Remember. For me, I guess when you need to drink water or
Yeah.
you need blood, go out of the frame. I mean, do not do this. or do not like but you're hiding, you're like this. There was some people
Uh-huh.
you might do that.
yeah.
So just go out of the frame, especially if you're not naman talking. But if you are talking, like example, I'm actually conducting this session. It is fine to just bring up the glass. Of course,
Okay.
hold it properly. I can also teach that.
Is there a specific angle? Is it 45 degrees away from the camera? Or
Well, you should not drink your water like this.
you have like a ruler or
It's
something to
not
measure?
like- Do not drink the water like this because it's covering your face.
Yeah.
Let's be a little bit
A little to the
poised.
side.
You can also switch your body and then just drink it again.
Let's demonstrate, ladies. Let's try. Okay,
Yes,
so
everyone try.
Is that good?
let's
Doesn't it
the
look
pieces
so
I'm
much?
gonna
It's so much graceful to see it this way than like this. Okay, guys, what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's so much better this way. It's like you can like, oh yeah, it's Annette.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
It's
can
just like
yeah.
having coffee at Starbucks. And I guess we should also pick.
not eating. Eating is never allowed, right?
Yeah.
the eating no. Eating is such a no.
Eating
Gum, candy, no.
And we should pick the cup or the mug, right? It shouldn't be like cartoonish, like SpongeBob or
And no
Marvel.
logos, please. No logos. Not unless you work for that place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Unless you work for
Trying
the
to promote
company
this
and
particular
so
brand.
it's my company, like Cal, I can have a Cal, but it looks kind of straight to your face, so I still wouldn't advise it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Great questions. Thank
That's a
you.
good
If there are more, feel free to leave a comment.
Okay, there's another question. I think from Brian Ong Kian. Do
Okay.
you have any advice for doctors doing video consults?
Again, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice
Have
question.
any advice for doctors doing video consults?
What do you mean by advice? Meaning how they look, or is it communication-wise, how he
Yeah.
looks?
Well, yeah, Brian, if you're still there, could you
Brian,
please?
actually, I think you're my friend.
Oh, is he?
Be more specific so I can address your question.
Yeah.
Because he's an ophthalmologist. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, he's an ophthalmologist. So maybe what he's saying, should you dress the part of being a doctor? Yes. Should you wear your coat? Yes. A best video call, what I would suggest would be at your desk. Basically, it's the same. No matter if you're a doctor, whatever industry you are in, a video call is a video call. Just remember the steps that I said, you'll be okay. And if I remember well, you have glasses. Am I correct? If you do have glasses, remember what I just, the question I answered a while ago. Make sure that there is no glare in your glasses.
Okay. Definitely not sunglasses.
Definitely not sunglasses. Not unless you're selling sunglasses.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Cindy. All right.
Yeah.
Again, guys, please stay tuned because we're gonna have more of these kinds of tips from Cindy, and we're gonna be giving you more information later on. For the brand new series. So thanks again, Cindy. Can we give Cindy a big round of applause, please, ladies? Okay.
Bye, guys.
Right. Okay. So now at this point, Carmine, would you like to introduce our next presenter?
Right. So our next presenter is a facilitator with Consultasia Global. Her name is, we've introduced her earlier. So let us welcome to Lynn Baldwin. Hi, Lynn.
Hey. Hi, Lynn.
All right. So Lynn is going to present or to share some hacks for us. Okay. So these are really practical, doable tips for the rest of us on looking good on camera. All right, take it
First
away,
of
Lynn.
all, yes, my connection is not really good right now. The weather here is really have really gone bad as so the connection is also affected, but I hope you can hear me all clearly.
Yes, we can hear you clearly and you're looking
Thank you.
great.
So first of all, good afternoon to everyone, to those who just tuned in. Cindy earlier, wow, what a great presentation and some great tips there. I've clearly didn't know how to, yeah, that you know how to angle yourself when you're drinking from a when you're drinking your glass of water or your coffee when you're in a video call. So those are really helpful. So yeah, so I'm excited to be here and learn from you all. And so also I would like to present my sound advice on how to present yourself or project your best self virtually, as you all say. So let's get to it right away. In this age of the coronavirus, of course, we were forced to work from home, as we all know. Many of us are forced to work from home, and many of those people who are office workers are now telecommuters, and they're just being shaken because of they don't know how to adjust to this kind of routine, they say. So actually their routine were shaken, exactly. So the boundaries of work and home have come much closer. So this learning session hopefully will help you have the right mindset on how to be productive in working from home. Of course, aside from looking your best when you're having online meetings or video calls, I think to have it should start with that right kind of right frame of mind, to have that proper mindset first and foremost, so that you can be productive. Because I think the issue here is not being able to work from home, or I mean, being able to work from home, of course, is possible, but getting work done at home that's usually the issue because it's home activities and working at the same time. It's just very challenging. So I think I will, yeah, let me get on to the slides right away. This is only very brief since Cindy has tackled most of it. Oh, I'm sorry. And thank you for the glasses tip too, Cindy. Wait, where did I?
All right. While Lynn is setting up, Lynn can have like 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. We have a question about, well, there are comments. So people are thanking us, Hani Zafra. Gretel is saying, thank you, ladies. It's nice that you're sharing this for free. Homer Jan is saying this is really helpful. All right, so just letting you know. And then we have a couple of questions, but we'll tackle them after Lynn's presentation.
All right. So here we go. The first one is, okay, how to have that proper mindset, like I was saying earlier, is I think you need to establish a routine. You cannot just Netflix and chill and binge watch 10 episodes or 20 episodes of Korean novella dramas all night. And, you know, when you wake up, you feel sluggish and not rested. And how can you get work done? And how do you have that proper mindset if you are actually didn't get enough sleep? So get enough sleep and rest. It's vital. So as if when you're going to work in a normal setting, pre-COVID, you would normally do that. Of course, you know you have work the next day, so you go to bed early, or you go to bed at a good time. So you also wake up at a consistent time. Like actually, right now we all, you know, the commute is taken out of the equation, so we actually can sleep a bit much later than usual. So for me, I do personally, like I will share probably with you my own routine in the morning. I have been working from home for the last few years, so this is entirely not new to me. The one thing that's also kind of course, not new to me is also not being able to go out, but that's it. But being able to work from home has been pretty much part of my routine. So when I wake up, I always wake up like 6:37 now because of during this quarantine. But before that, it was much earlier because I want to, get some morning sunshine, walk my fur babies. I have 2 dogs and they're downstairs, just like Cindy earlier. She was saying she had to send them away, and I have to send them downstairs because I don't want them barking or making any unnecessary noise, distracting noises. I'm talking. So as soon as I do that, when I get home, I prepare myself to have coffee and to the gym. My gym is outside before, so now my gym is at home. So I still do that, but I just do my work at home. And then do some errands outside before, but now it's maybe do some work, read a book, or listen to the news. I don't really get on the news right away when I wake up, like turn on my phone, because I would like to get my mind settled and all that. So I think to establish that kind of routine is really important when to have that proper mindset. So, and then you need to dedicate a working space, just like Cindy was saying earlier, that is free from any clutter. That's not your bedroom, because it's really hard to actually get work done when you're in your bedroom and you tend to fall asleep. And of course, when you get that Zoom call meeting from your boss or from your colleagues, then it's also like you're caught in the bedroom, right? So I think it's
Right.
really
And
nice.
it affects our energy directly.
Exactly. So that shift of the mindset is not really happening when you're in your bedroom. To me, it has that effect. So, and also when you're working from home, you must know when to shut it down, when to quit working. Many people who are working from home now, it's like they're saying, oh, it's so impossible to stop because because work is just there and people keep calling me. And yeah, there are also some offices or colleagues who are like that. They think since everyone's working from home, that they can call you anytime. So I think we should all just respect each other's time as well. And when you get that call, like if it's past 5 or past 6, whatever your time frame is for your working hours at home, you can politely tell them that, sorry, if this is not too urgent, can I do this tomorrow morning? Or you can always be polite in saying those things. So, and what is the second very important aspect of having that proper mindset is get ready for the day. Of course, don't forget personal hygiene is very important in clearing the mind, in of course taking care of our bodies, and of course all the health official websites and all health officials in the world right now can't emphasize much more on personal hygiene, because this is what our first line of defense is with this virus. So all these things like brushing your teeth, even when you're just at home and having those online meetings, I think you probably will say, di naman nila malalaman kung nag-toothbrush ako or hindi. But no, I really think of course you want to feel good also when you do all these things, like taking a shower, brushing your teeth, combing your hair. Right. Of course, you will feel good with yourself. And if you feel good, when you look good, you automatically feel good. It's those little things, so don't ignore them. And so, wag kayong magpabaya when you're just working from home. Just do all these things. And of course, wag tayong, when we are working from home, a lot of people are just staying in their pajamas the whole day, and the pambahay and the torn old t-shirts that we all love. Of course, I have my own favorite torn t-shirt that I've had for like I don't know, more than 5 years already, but I love wearing it at home. But I know when I'm working, I should change, because that also has a dramatic shift in your mindset when you get dressed for work. Mm-hmm. You automatically kind of like have that switch on your brain that you're in work mode. So not only are these tips on how to be a professional when working, even when you're working from home. So just remember, if you look good, you automatically feel good. So it's these pointers I have mentioned that will change your mindset, because most of the other things that Cindy have discussed on grooming, posture, were thoroughly discussed, and thanks to Cindy, those were very, very helpful tips. I also took down some, jotted down some notes too, and pointers to remember myself. So when I'm in online meetings, I know what to do and how to do it and how to present myself. And also, yeah, again, I would like to show you that. So I hope none of you will be looking like that when they're when they get on online meetings, like your big hoodies, and then you didn't even comb your hair. Ano ba to, si nanay naman in the middle is wearing a crop top na parang punit-punit na t-shirt na luma. Or the other one is even in her underwear. So please, let's ditch those pambahay, or what you call that, grungy looks. And yes, also Cindy tackled on this, but she tackled on doing checking your webcam, like the framing, make sure your shoulders are showing from your shoulders up to your head, and you're in the proper frame. Make sure you check your background. Lighting is very important. Light is life. Ayan, mantra ko na rin yan, Cindy. It's also my mantra now.
That's so true.
Yes, actually, she's right, because I was just telling this to Tinette earlier on a phone call that I probably watch a few vlogs on YouTube every now and then. So sometimes, all these vlogs would pop up. So there was one that popped up just a few days ago saying how to be how to look your best on screen. So it did say that Cindy's right, that not everyone has a ring light. Of course, I want to actually invest in one now, but I put a lampshade right beside me, right beside the computer also, because
Right.
The lighting here is enough, I think. But it's like when I did my test run earlier, my face still looked dark, or it casted, I had too much shadow on my face, that didn't look that my face was illuminated enough. So I did put a lampshade just right beside my laptop. So that's true. And yeah, she said to prop your laptop at eye level. True. I put boxes and coffee table books just at the bottom of my computer. I've piled them all up so that my laptop is at eye level, because you don't want, of course, my desk is quite low. So when you put the laptop at desk level, then my double chin will show. All the unflattering folds of your chin, you don't want to show that. So you want to look, again, we all want to be camera ready. Ano bang sabi? Our colleague Lee was saying Zoom-genic. We all want to be Zoom-genic. I like that word.
Right.
He coined it. So, and another I would like to add to that is check your internet speed. So there's several apps or apps online where you can check your internet speed, because of course connectivity is key. Just like what you said, Carmine, earlier, you were you chose that place because of connectivity, even though it doesn't have the ventilation is not that good for you, right?
No AC at all.
And no AC, yes. So good thing today the weather is much cooler.
Correct.
So aside from all those things I've mentioned, I think also little things like, so you don't have to keep getting up from your desk when you're having important video call, is have your beverage ready, like a glass of water, coffee, pen and paper, of course, Kleenex or tissue, alcohol, just within reach. Rubbing alcohol, not alcohol. So have those within reach. Oh, also important is chargers, because you're always on your, your computer needs to be, you don't want it to run out of battery while you're on that video call. So all that tech side, you have to take care of it. So do a proper test run before your day, so that any glitches that you might come up, of course, handle it with poise and grace and calmly. But of course, you want to avoid them, right? So that's it. And most of the things that were about grooming, posture, hand gestures during video calls, I would like to add that in the body language of nonverbal body language when you're on a video call, that minimize hand gestures, and I'm very guilty of that.
Right.
I tend to talk with my hands because we're so used to talking to people face to face before, right? And now, if you notice these news anchors and all these presenters on TV, actually their hands are always on the side, or they don't talk with their hands. And you're right, the clothing should keep it clean and classy. That's correct. I totally agree. No bold, large prints. And maybe what else? Additional tips would be, sorry, this is just one tiny tip, but I think it helps. Use your real name or your full name when you fill up that profile page on Zoom or whatever video app that you're using. Don't use like, hey, it's me, babe. 2018 something. Don't use nicknames or your baby's name or your pet's names. Use your name because it just sounds more professional that way. If you want to use those kind of nicknames, then you can use that in some other video apps where you chat with friends or family casually. So yes, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn. I liked what you. I liked your discussion on these, really practical things to have, chargers, your water, or even hand sanitizer. I'd like to add that it would be helpful too if you had a mirror, so you can see whether you're actually frowning or if you're smiling just enough, right? So maybe a mirror would be handy. I also recommend making sure that you've restarted your router or even your laptop. And I also tell my kids, no Netflix, no YouTube while I'm on webinar. So they make a face, but of course
that's a good tip. Yeah,
they agree.
That's a good tip, Carmine.
And just 5-10 minutes before the show, I make sure I make a trip to the restroom. So even if I have to go during a conference or a meeting, I limit the number of times that I go. Just once.
We shouldn't be bringing our laptops or mobile phones to the restroom because
definitely
fast,
right? And
some people bring their gadgets with them, and
right.
Boom.
Speaking of camera at eye level, I actually have a box too. It's like propped on a 4-inch high box right now, and so the eye level is like here because the camera is like the equivalent of the other person's eye. I also learned that when we gesture, we should practice actually, I call my kids to test the framing, to test my volume and my distance. I call them on Messenger and they just leave it on. And so I can adjust here and there. And even our gestures should be framed. We can't be gesturing out of camera, out of frame.
Out of frame. That's a very good tip.
Like this. Yeah. So very great, very wonderful tips. We have a couple of more questions here. You might have questions for each other while I go through the questions.
So what is the, in terms of distance from the camera, what would be more or less the approximate, the ideal distance? Is it an arm's length or, because some people tend to stay too close to the camera like this, right?
Too close?
Some are too far. So what would be probably an arm's length?
It's like an arm's length. It's like at an arm's length, yes.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. I have long arms though, so.
It's about an arm's length for me too. But I think it has something to do with also the resolution of the camera. I tested with one phone and then used another phone and then my framing went out of whack because it was very different
Mhm.
from phone to phone. So we really have to test with a gadget that we're actually going to
Or
use.
basically very simple. Just you don't have to use your arm because we have different arm lengths. We have
Right.
short arms, long arms.
Right.
Just remember what I
Yeah.
said a while ago was the medium close up.
Mhm.
Just make sure that you see your shoulders,
The
at least up here,
shoulders.
up to if you're wearing short sleeves, right up to your sleeves, and then you're gonna be okay.
Okay. Or some tend to put their laptops this way, so it's like they could see the nostrils and the, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
this is so
that's why you
common.
have to.
Oh, it's like tilted. It's
Yeah.
tilted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
So that's
that
why
one,
you
I
need to do
have
your
that on
test
my
runs.
slides. I have that on my slides, how to position the camera. So
Yeah.
please sign up.
You really have to
Discuss
enroll
about
in
that.
our program so that they will learn all these tips.
Yeah, all the tips to make you look glamorous and so professional. I mean, there are so many other small
Details.
tips that we can give.
Right, right. Okay. Honey Zafra is saying she'd like to add that being punctual is also part of image.
Mhm.
Definitely, from face to face to webcam to yes, being punctual is always
All right.
key to professionalism. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We also have a sharer, Maureen Yere Gabinete. Thank you for sharing. Um,
Thank
okay.
you.
One question from Sunny Juanino. Not everyone is confident. Okay. Not everyone is confident facing or communicating on camera. How do you hide this? What are some, practical tips, immediate hacks to hiding nerves and, just looking confident?
Yeah, because
That's
Cindy mentioned this earlier that when we're nervous, we tend to move our hands a lot, or we tend to move a lot, or talk too fast. So, what do you think? Yeah, or do all these things. So,
Fidget.
what
Yes.
maybe we can share Ivy's tip. She would do her jumping jacks just before the meeting.
For me,
Yeah.
no, because you cannot stay. I mean, everybody gets nervous. Even if you have been a speaker for
Mhm.
half of your life, you are still gonna get nervous because you're always facing something new.
Mhm.
Even me, honestly, a while ago, I was nervous about this because this is the first time, but I have been speaking for how many
Yeah.
a decade more, I mean, like a decades. So what I do is, if you are nervous,
Mhm.
hold on to something. Okay, that was also supposed to be in my slides, but you hold on to something. What I'm holding on is to my clicker.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not the one presenting, well, of course you have to be presenting because you're very nervous. If you don't have a clicker, a coin,
Or a
a
pen.
stress ball, a ball pen, anything that doesn't make noise. Okay, nothing that makes noise. Just squeeze it if you feel that you're tense.
Mhm.
Or this is a breathing exercise. What you're going to do is just face the camera. Your 2 feet are on the floor, palms facing downwards, and then just take deep breaths. Close your eyes, kind of yoga-ish, but take deep breaths, and then you'll speak slower. You'll feel more at ease.
Mhm.
How to look good on camera, basically that's the course.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's basically grooming, imaging, framing, everything, dressing up.
Mhm.
Okay, you do not have to be Miss Universe or Mr. Universe to look your best.
Right.
Anybody can look their best. You look your best is when you're confident, I believe. If you're not confident, forget it.
Mhm.
But if you're confident and you feel like Miss Beauty Queen, and I feel like I'm Miss Universe right now, you will shine like Miss Universe.
That's right. Okay. Wow. Thank you.
And let me add something to that. I think practice is also key. Of course, like what you said earlier, Cindy, and me as well. This is my first time to do this, like in a work setting. So I've been doing video calls, but with family or friends, people I'm very familiar with. So you just have to keep practicing until you develop that confidence, and then eventually that nervous and or anxiety will slowly go.
Yeah.
At least you can overcome it quickly.
No, that's very true, Lynn. Actually, the questions that I've been getting prior this, when I thought about this particular session today. By the way, Cindy and Lynn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Our
Um,
pleasure, my pleasure.
I actually thought about this particular topic because a lot of my trainer friends, I mean, we're all in training. We're all conducting workshops face to face. We're so used to speaking in front of thousands of people. But why do we get anxious when we're facing our laptops or our phones, right? So I guess one question would be, what would be your most practical tip for professional speakers, trainers, or entrepreneurs or teachers who really want to be able to improve their presence, online presence, or their impact or influence when it comes to talking to their virtual audience? Because it's very different. I myself have a little bit of a challenge here because, like, you know, when you're in a training room, people laugh with you, you know what I mean? And you can approach them and chat with them, and you know, the energy is just very different in a classroom or in a training room. But in a setup like this, you don't know if people are just like texting, you know, or they're probably, you know, they're gonna go invisible and then not listen to you. So how do you actually transition with ease from doing face-to-face training or presentations to something like this? Maybe we can start with Cindy. Would you like to give some tips?
For me, for trainers, just imagine all of you, because we're all trainers from different subjects, different modules,
Right.
different. But on cam, just imagine that all of you are all imaging teachers. Okay, imaging teachers, meaning the first thing that you're going to look at is your hair, your makeup, your clothes. That's the first thing you think about. Next, pretend that you're a communications teacher. Your voice, your pitch, it's so different talking to a laptop. It is so different. It's so different because I'm a ball of energy. I think Tanette knows this. So I feel so restrained. I feel so restrained. I feel so restrained talking to a laptop. But the thing is, I think how to grab their attention, like your question, Ms. Tanette, was like, how do you know they're just on their phone or well, they're not listening? You gotta be more animated. I know it's wrong to use gestures, but sometimes you have to crack a joke.
Right.
Okay, be bubbly. Even if you're an academe teacher, okay? Even if you're teaching math, Filipino, how make it lively. Your students are going to snore and not listen. Sayang lang yung education. Sayang lang these classes. So for those teachers that talk in person, we feed with energy. We see their nods. We have activities. We have games. This one is just us. So ikaw yung game. Ikaw yung activity. You have to be animated. You have to. If I can just stand up and show you how to sit, I would. I just didn't fix my computer for that. But yes, if you have to do a long view, do it. I mean, if I have to put up my laptop and show you what I'm actually sitting on, do it. I mean, make the person on the screen feel that I am really talking to you. That's it. That's my advice.
Oh, yeah, that's a great tip. Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.
Carmine, would you like to add to that? Because Carmine is also a professional communications coach. Pero syempre, we're not gonna try to preempt because, as I mentioned earlier, the brand new series is gonna be it's gonna be a
rolled out
wonderful topics, from how to create powerful presentations as well. We're gonna be doing a session on that later on. Etiquette, if you're invited as a panelist, how do you not try to control the whole session? And if you're hosting as well, we're gonna have some courses like that here at Consult Asia Global.
Correct.
So guys, if you're watching, please make sure that you've liked our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're gonna be posting our announcements there. And we'd like for you to join us in the future sessions, especially when it comes to communicating. If you're hosting, how do you, craft or create the interview questions, all these things. So yeah. Okay, how about you, Lynn? Would you like to add a little bit more to what Cindy mentioned earlier?
Yes, she has, again, great tips, and those are great. Probably I'll add just one thing is for you to be able to keep the audience engaged is to maybe, this is hard, so you just use your imagination that they're all right there. Because that's what I do. Like, I did this kind of trick when I'm doing video chats with friends. So there's a friend of mine who he said he's not comfortable doing video calls. So like he even said, the introvert in me is being challenged with this pandemic because he's not really comfortable talking in front of his phone camera or in front of a laptop, which is like an inanimate object. So I think and I understand, I totally respect his his opinion about it, but I think for me it's like in our line of job, I think we need to be more creative and be more imaginative, like activities, and imagine that they're right there. Of course, we cannot not control. We just have to keep them engaged and be more like through the tone of our voice, through the like how we, kasi gano'n naman tayo di ba? Yung mga variety shows nga natin, people love watching them because people are like they're so out there, right? And not out there, but I mean, it's like they're so parang they lalo na mga Filipinos are very expressive. They want that, so they want that kind of engagement. So yes, if you're just like this and talking like a lecturer, you will clearly lose the audience. So I think be more imaginative and be more imaginative with yourself, and that you imagine. And also be more imaginative when it comes to activities. I think that's that always helps.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you for that, Lynn. There's one question here. Some people they don't feel pretty or handsome. So they don't have that confidence to face the camera. I mean, this is a question from London, from Mrs. Glazer. So anybody would like to comment on that? I mean, do we really have to be pretty to, like what
again,
mentioned earlier? I think it's really the confidence. If you feel you're Miss Universe, then go for it. Is that the fair
It's
enough?
on the mind.
Sorry?
It's all in the mind, I believe. Yes,
all in
just
the
like what you said, Tinette. If you feel like you're Miss Universe,
all
then
in
you
the
will
mind.
conquer the universe.
No, nobody's perfect. All in
Okay.
the mind. It's the way.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Okay. Well, I just want to say hi to Aimee, my friend, my cousin Evangeline Casey, Nanette Espinosa, Mrs. Glazer from London, Nomer from Singapore, and Bella from Dubai. Wow, talagang global ang ating audience. Carlos Cecilio, Cindy, he's our friend, right? Common friend natin from UANP. Carlos, Cecilio's watching. George, my niece, and my good friend Rochelle. So there you go. So
Right.
are there any more questions?
There's one more from Martin. His question goes, from experience, what would be the most tactful or most creative approach to sneezing or coughing while on camera? I have a guess, but I'd like to hear from Cindy. Like, what's the most finesse way
If you're gonna sneeze.
you're gonna sneeze? Anyway,
Finesse
I
way.
often have to clear my throat.
Questions because these are also my classes for virtual boy professional presence. Do is if again like drinking. If you're the one speaking, you can say excuse me, and then go off the first. Do these in front of this frame. Remember, this is precious. Our frame now frame. To scratch your nose, you have to blow your nose, whatever, drink water, just excuse yourself and just go.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right.
And mute yourself as well so they don't hear you sneezing. Because it's not a big help if you leave the camera but then you sneeze. Oh, achoo! So
Right. Okay.
Yes, don't forget to mute or just excuse your
okay, are there any
And
other
then
questions?
mute yourself. Yeah.
Audience.
I don't think there are any more questions.
No more questions. All right. So I guess with that, Lynn, Cindy, my dear friends, Carmine, thank you so much for today. I think it's been a wonderful session. We learned a lot. Our audience, they've been texting me in PM, WhatsApp, Viber. I mean, they're very happy.
That's great.
Right.
So,
There's more in June,
I
so stay
yeah,
tuned.
but
Yes.
please please do not forget to like our Facebook page, Consult Asia Global, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Consult Asia Global. And please stay tuned. Please make sure that you are updated on our webinar schedule. In June, we're going to have more of the Brand You series because we're going to
Right.
talk about communication, how to create slides that are really wow, really effective. Talking about etiquette on camera, how to host something like this, or how to converse as a panelist, etc., etc., etc. So we're gonna have a lot.
Great.
So guys, please, only from Consult Asia Global. So please, and for those of you who might be interested, because a lot of people are already wanting to enroll. Wow. So if you guys are interested, please send us an email at info@consultasiaglobal.com. So that's your email address, and one of our associates will be happy to send you what you need. And please also visit our website, www.consultasiaglobal.com.
Yes.
So with that, Carmine, would you like to say
Yes.
anything?
They can also leave a message through Messenger, through chat, on our Facebook page. So that's Consult Asia Global. You can leave your email address so we can mail you the information that you need as soon as possible. And then there are 2 webinars for next week. On the 27th, that's Wednesday, we will have fun with punctuations. Yes, we'll make sure it's fun for you. Punctuations. And then on the 30th, it's quarantine cuisine. So these are little hacks that are helpful for us who work at home, who who would like to limit our time at the market or at the supermarket. What can we do with, let's say, the can of sardines that you receive from the barangay or from the municipio? Like, what's a gourmet dish that you can do with that? So Chef Neil will be our presenter, and he will share simple recipes and some hacks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Carmen. Again, there are
Thank you.
there's so many people messaging me right now. They're interested to enroll already, like right now. Okay. So
Hey,
That's fantastic.
this is so wow. I'm really amazed. So guys, again, if you're interested, please send us an email at info@consultasiaglobal.com, and we shall send you the schedule and the rates as well, and as well as the content, the outline, so that you guys have an idea what to expect. Okay. So with that, thank you so much, everybody, to all my friends, my family, my business associates from all over the world. Thank you guys for supporting Consult Asia Global. And to my dear friends, Lynn and Cindy, you guys are amazing. So
Thank you.
beautiful, so smart, and so talented. And of course, Karma, my dear managing partner for Subic and Clark. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
too.
being such a wonderful co-host.
Thank
So
you.
with that, have a lovely evening, guys, and we all love you. Bye.
Alrighty.
Bye. Thank you.